Because of all the things I do to Renee, people would say I hate my little sister. I'm here to set the record straight. I didn't let Renee's cat out the back door because I hate her. Muffin is fine. In fact, I've been feeding her behind the shed. I don't flush Renee's medicines before she takes them because I hate her. I was pretty panicked when I thought the toilet was going to clog though. I didn't erase her biology essay because I hate her. She got to see the cute librarian she is crushing on anyway. I didn't unplug her cell phone before she left the house because I hate her. I unplugged it so that mom and dad wouldn't be able to call her. I didn't use the faulty outlet in the living room because I hate Renee. I really don't hate my sister. The fire did not kill Renee. Because Renee didn't have to go back for Muffin. Renee wasn't sleeping due to her medicine. Renee was at the library doing her report. I didn't let our mom and dad die because I hate my little sister. I did it so that she would not end up buried in the garden like me. Stabbing. Sylvia pointed a trembling finger at my brother Arthur. Her milky, unseeing eyes gleamed in his direction, and his wife Agnes trembled with anger from across the table. My husband's face colored as he dropped his fork and dragged our daughter back into her bedroom, scolding her as they went. The rest of the night was awkward, and the pep in our conversation never recovered. 2 weeks later, Agnes was stabbed to death in her office parking lot. A drunk college student found her, almost vomited all over her, and called the cops. My brother swore that he bore no ill against my daughter, but I could tell he was lying. One day, the middle-aged woman who taught my daughter how to read her braille called me. Ma'am, I don't know what's going on, but your daughter has been whispering electrocution for the past half hour, and it's starting to distract her from her lessons. Could you please talk to her? I did. Sylvia, in her 9-year-old lack of understanding, told me it was just a cool new word she learned at the school. The death of an electrician made headlines the following week. It was a freak accident involving tangled wires and a bucket of water. Sylvia's teacher's face was blurred for privacy, but her voice was as familiar as anything to me. He was my partner, my soulmate. While my husband was working late, I called Sylvia into the living room. Honey, is there anything mommy should know? She hesitated. Honey, you can talk to me. She denied it once more. I have no secrets from you, mommy. My husband walked into the living room with his hair tousled and his eyes dusty. Instead of rushing to hug her dad, Sylvia simply turned towards him. Fire, she said. My heart stopped. Every time Sylvia said something like that, it was the person's partner who died, and of that reason too. A fire? Was Sylvia merely making predictions, or was she putting a curse on me for snooping in on her business? I grew paranoid. I checked the appliances and electronics constantly, cleared the house of any fire hazards. That was my life over the next few days. All the while, I kept my eyes on Sylvia. Sylvia. I had grown almost hateful towards my own daughter. My husband came home one night, wounded and black and white suit, while I sat in the living room and Sylvia listened to the radio beside me. What's the matter? I asked. He gulped. One of my colleagues. Her house caught fire. She was trapped in, but I managed to escape. That turned the gears in my head. What were you doing in her house? The expression on my husband's face was sufficient admission of guilt. I opened my mouth to speak, no, to scream, but a smaller voice beside me looked at me and whispered, poisoning. My girlfriend moved out 3 weeks ago. My cat Rook was really close to her, and now that she's gone, I can tell he's a bit lonely, especially when I'm at work. I came home a few times to my curtains ripped up or the toilet paper in shreds. The last straw was when I came home after working late to find he had clawed a hole the size of a dinner plate into the side of the sofa. I decided I had to do something. I tried different toys, even catnip, but nothing worked. One night while browsing the Amazon, I saw a pet camera. It's a tiny camera that records your pet on live feed so you can monitor their behavior while you're away. It even has an audio function so you can talk to them. Sounded silly, but hey, I love my furry dude, so I bought it. I got overnight shipping and installed it immediately. I decided to set it up in my bedroom as that was where Rook dwelled most. My first day at work, I think I checked that camera 30 times. When I spoke into the microphone, Rook seemed to be happier, and I noticed there was no destruction around the house either. By day 4, I figured I'd solved the problem with Rook. That leads me to right now. About 30 minutes ago, I climbed in bed with Rook, ready to close my eyes when my phone buzzed. A notification from the pet camera. I almost ignored it, sure I just triggered the thing. But I opened it anyway. What I saw made my grip tighten on the phone. Instead of a video of myself in bed, I saw a man. Tall, gangly, with pale skin and large eyes. He was moving into my room with exaggerated steps like a sneaking cartoon character. He got right up to the lens, so close I could almost smell his rotten breath. And then he smiled. I immediately paused the video, terrified. I looked at the spot where the man should have been standing, but there was no one there. I went onto the Amazon and found the pet camera and read the reviews, hoping for some weird glitch. It had to be a joke, right? The first dozen reviews were pretty standard, but it was the last one that caused me to bolt upright. The customer complained that the camera was on a time delay, sometimes as much as 15 minutes. I went back to the video and pressed play with shaky fingers. I watched in horror as the man slithered under my bed, giving the camera a wink before disappearing in the darkness. Then, I saw myself enter the room and climb in bed before the video ended.